So let's say you're trying to travel between Bali and Nusa Penida. Well, if you don't know where to start, watch this video. Our trip to Nusa Penida started early on Saturday morning. We had to get there by 8 a.m. and it was about an hour drive, so we had to leave maybe 7 in the morning, waking up around sunrise. We made our way to Nusa Penida.
So he's stoked for
all the places.
So upon arrival on Nusa Penida, you get off on this dock and then you have to walk through this gate where they charge you a 25,000 rupiah fee, which is just around like $2 US. It's like a island tax kind of thing just when you enter the island. So after you pay the fee and exit the dock, you're bombarded with all these people trying to rent you a scooter. You just have to kind of pick anyone. It doesn't really matter, or at least I haven't found that it mattered. And just don't accept the first price that they give you. For me, they were trying to get 250,000 rupiah per day, which is just way too much, and I got it down to 175, which is still a lot, of course, but when you're paying for short-term rentals versus long-term, it's kind of expected. So, you know, staying for 3 days, they're gonna charge really whatever they wanna charge. Another thing is I would recommend getting something like an NMAX, something a little bit more powerful than a Honda Vario or a Scoopy, just because there's some really, really steep hills and very windy roads in Nusa Penida. And so you might have some struggles, especially if you're with 2 people on a scooter. You just want something that can get up all the hills, no problem. So after we got our scooter, we made our way over to our hotel, which took like 5 or 10 minutes from the port. And we chilled out there for a couple of hours. So after we got checked in and left our bags, we started driving up to the north side of the island from the south where we were. It took about like 40 minutes to an hour, and we were driving to Diamond Beach, which is our first stop of adventures for the day. I am in Nusa Penida at, Diamond Head Beach or Diamond something beach. It's freaking amazing.
sick bros. The stairway to the beach is like just carved out of this cliff. It's insane. That's the drop off. How spooky is this? Wow, this is crazy. They should just have a pool at the bottom you could like jump in. Epic.
Coconut. Yum. So after a quick bite to eat and I had that delicious coconut, we headed to our next spot of the day, which I found using Google Maps. And just really quickly, I'm going to show you kind of how I do that. So this is Nusa Penida right here. All these little pins are just spots that I've found. But basically, I will look for something either like this, where there's a picture that you can see, or where there's like the blue camera icon. So once I find something like this camera, then I'll click on it and be able to see, you know, if it's an interesting spot that I want to check out. I'll just save those as like want to go or something so that I can potentially go if I have some time. That is how I found the next spot on the list where there was not a soul in sight. I don't know why I said it like that, but you get the point. Now I'm at some spot called Sunset Point or Manta Point or Stairway to Heaven. I don't know which. There's nobody here. There is not a single person here except us. And we have this view to ourselves. What?
We're walking to a view, the Stairway to Heaven. There's, what the fuck? Oh yeah, yeah, that's a stairway. Okay, sure. Oh my gosh, Stairway to Heaven. No thanks. I think I will fucking pass on that.
I still cannot get over this view. It seems like this goes down, but it's kind of like a straight fucking drop.
This is the Well, this is the view that I'm at right now. How is this real? Let's see what this is like. I don't know if I'm gonna actually go through this all the way. I'm just curious to see what it's like at the start of the next part.
So for context, I was trying to follow this path all the way down to the ocean, but I ended up turning around because it was a little bit sketchy.
Wow, this looks kind of insane.
So throughout the day, we probably had an accumulated like 4 or 5 hours of sitting, including, you know, all of the driving plus the boat, and we were not really into doing any more of that. So after Sunset Point, we just drove back to the hotel, which still took 40 minutes. So we had kind of a relaxed evening and just ate out on the beach, like right in front of where the rooms were, and watched a gorgeous sunset. In the morning, we woke up at around 4:45 to do an hour drive to Kinking Beach, which is one of the most known spots in Nusa Penida, because getting there before sunrise is kind of a way to get there before any other person is there. Basically like a private viewing. I've never experienced it where there's crowds and crowds of people, which is usually what people see when they go to that spot. So anyways, after the 40-minute drive to get there, starting the morning off right, waking up for sunrise and going down a lot of stairs in a beautiful place. This trail down to the beach, once you get to the part where you actually go off the ridge, it gets even crazier. I think you gotta like freaking climb it. So we'll see, maybe we'll climb it. So as I suspected, it's not a staircase. It's kind of like you're scrambling down these rocks, climbing. I know it'll be quite the freaking workout climbing back up this or walking back up this. Here's what it looks like. So I'll see you at the freaking beach. As you can probably hear, I made it to the beach. So last time I was here, there was a sign that said the trail was closed, so I didn't come to the beach. But this time, seeing that it's open, I couldn't really refuse. It's really like misty down here from all of the waves crashing. This is so pretty. I'm tempted to get in the water, but I don't really want to be wet. Time to see how long it takes to walk back up this fucking cliff. Right now it is 6:36. See you at the freaking top. And I'm definitely not gonna be out of breath because, as I said yesterday, cardio, no problem, you know? So it turns out it only took me like 15 minutes to get from the beach all the way back to the top of Kinking, like lookout point. But I guess since last time my cardio has improved a bit. So next up we headed to Broken Beach from Kinking, which was just like a 20, maybe 30-minute drive, and it was a new spot for me that I hadn't yet seen. About a 25-minute drive from Kinking Beach, I am now at Broken Beach. It's crazy. This is quite a, I mean, everything here I've seen is like unique in some way, but this is just totally different. It's like this huge freaking, like this is all ocean and we can walk all the way around it. Bah! After Broken Beach, I ended up going back to the hotel and just having a really relaxed afternoon. I went to this place like just a couple doors down from the place I was staying and got a deep tissue massage, which was like super painful, but also very nice. And then I just went and relaxed for the afternoon, got a bite to eat at a couple different places, and yeah, just had a nice rest of my day. I just got back to my room and they cleaned up and they left a little piece of artwork on the bed, like. Hello, what's up peeps? It is Monday, which means it's time to go back to Bali. So, I just packed up my bag and I got
2 hours or 2.5 hours until the boat, which means I'm gonna check out of here, get some food. Had a very relaxed Monday morning so far. Just kind of hung out here in the room and at the beach. I would say overall, absolutely freaking lovely time in Nusa Penida. This is my second time here and definitely not my last.
Going from Nusa Penida to Bali and back is incredibly easy, and I want to show you exactly how to do that so that if you are trying to figure out how to do that, you can learn from this video and just make it as easy as possible for your trip. Starting on Bali, the first thing you got to do is buy a ticket. You can either do this once you get to the port and just buy it in person, or maybe to save a little bit of time like I did.
I'll show on the map exactly where this is, but over right there is the office where I got my tickets for this. I used this company called Axe Stone, and I booked my tickets online, but you can also buy them there. It was about $8 each direction.
Just make sure you get the right date, the right time, all of that. There's gonna be lots of options where you can buy your ticket too, but this is just what I found. So if you do end up purchasing your tickets online, you'll get emailed this like ticket QR code, which you'll wanna bring to the office of whichever ferry company you're going to. They'll scan your ticket and then they'll give you like a little necklace that has your, I guess, boarding pass or whatever you want to call it, and then they will walk you from the office all the way to the ferry. Upon arrival in Nusa Penida, either you're going to be let off on the dock like I was, or you get let off on the beach. I'm not sure if they do this anymore, but last time I went to Nusa Penida, you had to like step into the ocean for a second, so maybe bring some like slippers or something that are easy to take off so that you don't get your shoes soaked in water. As I said last time, you'll have to pay a 25,000 rupiah fee for entering the island, which, you know, is only a couple dollars, but just be aware of that. And then once you get off the dock, just refer to this previous section of the video linked right here, where I explain how to get a scooter and that process, which is really simple. And then just one quick note, there is no Gojek or Grab for Nusa Penida, so just you're gonna have to pay for a taxi if you're not renting a scooter for yourself. And I don't know exactly how much that costs, but probably expect it to be a little bit more expensive considering you're on a much smaller island with much fewer options. All right, so let's get back to me traveling from Nusa Penida back home so you can kind of see some of the spots that I was talking about and just see what it looks like.
All right, here I am out in front of the Sanur Port like entry area, and I'm gonna walk now to the place where I parked my scooter, which is about a 2-minute walk down this road. I'll put a little overlay of that. So after getting out of the port or harbor, wherever, I walked just about a minute and I'm already at the area where my scooter is. And then, yeah, basically just pay on the way out and then I will be heading back to Canggu. I don't know what part of this I'm gonna use in the video, but editing Kian will know. So hope this was helpful. All right, so here is the entrance to the parking, and this is the road. So now I'm leaving, but it's the same place to enter. I'll again show you on the map exactly where this is. But it's nice and simple. Sometimes there's a line, but right now there wasn't, so that was easy. For a 3-day trip, that cost me 40,000 rupiah, which is less than $3. So no complaints there. All right, time for an hour drive back to Cemaki, which is where I stay.
Fuck, I can't say that. So going from Bali to Nusa Penida and back is like actually